What's going on, guys? Steven here. I wanted to come on here. This is one of my shirts. Faith made me do it. Pray for a lot of people because faith makes me do it. Mustard seed faith. I have these in my Etsy shop. Written graphics on Etsy. It's not written graphics and apparel because it wouldn't fit. So it's just written graphics. So if it's on Etsy, on Facebook, it's written graphics, the and symbol, apparel on Facebook. So check me out. I put a lot of things on there. I do a lot of updates. I'm going to do this channel. Like I said in the earlier video, this is the same day, but I'm printing shirts. The last one was on stickers, and I wanted to come on here and show you a little bit on printing shirts. I love making the shirts. I embed these designs as deep into this fabric as I can because this is a DTF printer. I'm gonna just be upfront with everyone. I bought the Lancelot combo. It comes with a little computer. It's not good for anything but printing that, which I'm grateful for because I've got the whole entire package for what I could afford. You can probably get it on Amazon too because I think they still have them, but it's been a great printer, but you got to keep up with the maintenance. If you don't keep up with maintenance constantly, it will not print right, and it's constant work, but I love it. But you can embed this print into the fabric to a point where it's like screen printing, unless it's a real big, like my shirt I had on earlier on the other video, real big image with a lot of white behind it. It's still embedded in there. You can see the fibers through the print, but it's still, you could tell the image is there by feeling it. Now I don't feel it under the shirt like big plasticky feeling, but anyways, this is a pretty good system. I'll take this off here in a minute and show you, but I wanted to show y'all I'm printing something that I found on Etsy for a friend she's a customer, a great friend, a sister in Christ, and she buys a lot of stuff. So I wanted to make her something special. So she loves chickens. And so I went on Etsy and I found this chicken image, and I bought the image, I bought the rights to it and all that stuff. But I'm not selling it anyways. I'm giving it to her. But this is something I found on Etsy, and you can do that. You can go on there and find all kinds of stuff. I think I found this image on Etsy. So I have those images, and I have images that I create myself, and I mix them and match, different things, whatever's going on in the environment, whatever the person wants, whatever. There's my image right there. So hold on a second. So the thing about this Lancelot combo package is you have to constantly bake it, or you have to bake the image until you know it's right, especially if you're dealing with something like this. You see all of those words? It's a cool looking image if you like chickens. Which I do, and I like this image. It's a cool looking image, but if you don't do this right, I promise you there will be words missing, and I can't make a promise that this is going to come out right because I have ruined a lot of stuff learning this throughout the years. The DTF thing it's new to me, but vinyl and sublimation I've been doing for a long time, since 2017. I just did it kind of as a hobby. Now I'm kind of trying to build this business up so that it can stand on its own. I don't really want to quit my job or anything like that, but I do want to get this business going and flourishing because I love doing it. I love art. I love creating art. And I know a lot of you, if you're watching this video, you're the same way, either for a school project or whatever. But anyways, let's get to it. So I want to print this on a shirt, and forgive me for the sloppy camera work. I don't have a big setup in here in this shop. But over here is my Racoma, which I am proud of. I like that heat press. And here I've already pressed you press it to press the moisture out, but I like to do it again. So I'm gonna press it again and get the moisture out of it. And I put enough pressure, by the way, if you watched my last video, you were probably laughing at me. I put so much pressure on these things that it's hard to hold down sometimes. Because I want it done right. And I take my time and I make sure that every shirt is done right. I do not want a customer coming back, because customers become my friends and they become long-time customers. And I don't want them coming back saying, man, I washed that thing 2 times and it fell apart. So I've tested them. I've washed this hoodie right here probably 10 times, 5 times. I don't remember how many. I've washed it a lot. I always wash my stuff inside out. I don't care how good you do, how good you put your image on here. I don't care if it's screen printed. Sublimation, you really ain't got to worry about. If you sublimate onto a polyester, that shirt will fall apart before that image comes off. But when you're talking about this stuff, and I'm trying to find the center point, folding it. But when you're talking about DTF and stuff like that, you want to make sure that image is on there. If your art is not on there right, your shirt's not right, whatever the case is, it'll fall apart. Your image will come off. I've had it happen when I was learning how to use this DTF system. And by the way, if you have the money and you want to get into this and you want to make it big, X Tools. The X Tool, I have their laser, their little F1, X Tool F1 laser. I'm not sponsored by anybody, by the way. I'm not trying to make this a sponsorship thing. If they gave me one, that'd be awesome. I sure wouldn't turn it down, but I'm just telling you, my goal is to get an X Tool apparel printer. It does everything. You ain't got to worry about the powder. You don't have to worry about the baking, all of that stuff. It cleans itself. It stirs the ink, which mine does too, but I have to do all the head cleaning and all that. As long as you leave the X Tool apparel printer on, it cleans itself all the time. So that is my goal. They're expensive, and that's why I haven't gotten it, because I haven't built this business up big enough to invest in something like that. And I mean, I could get it, but I got all this other stuff, and I got to get all this other stuff paid for before I can go out and invest in something bigger. So that's the goal. I will get an X Tool apparel printer eventually. Anyways, the Lancelot one is doing just fine for now. I've had no problems talking to customer service in wherever they're at. I have no idea. It's China, it's Asia. I'll just tell you that, because I don't want to misrepresent or anything like that. You have to talk to them through WhatsApp, and that's the only way you can communicate. But they get right back with you. They fix the problem. Usually it's pretty good. I've read a lot of bad reviews, heard a lot of bad stuff. It's worked out great for me. Anyways, let's get back to it. So I'm gonna press this and get me a center point. And I apologize for the long videos, but I like to explain and I like to talk, and I joke around, tell everybody you can't find a mute button on me, especially when it comes to preaching about Jesus. But right now we're talking about the shirt. So I bring it over here to my laser. You can see, let's see, yeah, you can see the laser in there. So I have a laser set up on a grid pattern just to be sure. So I take a lot of extra time that other people are like, what is he doing? And you know, I just throw it down there and throw the image on. Yeah, I don't do that. I've been doing it for a while, and I can eyeball it if I want, but I don't like missing anything. So anyway, that looks pretty good. So then I take the image, which we have right here, and I fold it, and I line up the bottom to make sure that bottom stays right, and I line up the image. This little rooster's tail goes right with the edge of the image. The words, which all these words are just the names of different types of chickens, different breeds. And then I crease that, which I know if you are looking into this, you probably have seen this before. So I crease the top too. And that don't always work perfectly, by the way. At least it hadn't for me. And then I come down about 2 to 3 inches, depending on the person, or depending on the design. I lay the center point right on top of my laser. I take this tape, this heat resistant tape, but I don't usually leave it on there. Well, I say that, sometimes I do leave it on there. This one I may not, because when I peel this, I want it to come off instantly. And let me explain just a little bit what I use. I don't use Lancelot's film and their powder. I've never even tried it. I saw this when I first got the printer and stuff. I'd read a bunch of reviews, and like I said, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I just want y'all to know how good this stuff is. I use this DTF Power. I order it from DTF Power, and it's the fine ultra soft feel, and that it does put out an ultra soft feel, and it's easy to bake. When you bake it, how you know it's exactly right is the back of it is orange peeled, just like your walls in your house. If you've seen orange peel, that's what it's supposed to look like. If you see any grainy, sandy look on it, you need to put it back in there and let that stuff melt, because that won't stick to the shirt right. You'll have problems with that later if you don't have problems with it right then. I've had images half pull off because of that, and it took a long time for me to learn that. So I use this. I use their film. I use their quick film. Hold on. Just got a new roll of this in. This is what I use. It's their premium turbo peel film, and it works great. And there is the code if y'all want to scan it and find these wonderful people. I've done a lot of research on them. I've never spoken to them. They've never given me nothing. I buy everything. I'm just telling you, this is what works great. I haven't found anything different because I haven't looked. I just started with this because I read so many good reviews, and I looked into the company, and they seem really honest, and I didn't find anything that deter me from using them. But I did read a lot of bad reviews about the Lancelot's film and powder, but that's just other people's opinion, and what they come up with. And I'll tell you a quick story real quick. I'll tell you a quick story. So there's my uncle used to tell this in his sermons. There was a girl cooking, and she was cooking a big old ham, and she was cutting the ends of the ham off and putting it in her pan. And she had a big old pan, and this ham, you know, sat in the center of this pan, and she cut the ends of the ham off, or the end of the ham off. And one day she said, I don't understand why I do this. I did it because Mom did it. And so let me go ask Mom. So she goes and asks her mom, why do you always cut the end of the ham off when you put it in the pan? And now I'm doing it, and I'm teaching my daughter how to do it, or my son, or whoever it is. And the mom said, I don't know. Grandma always cut the end of the ham off, so that's what I started doing. I started cutting the end of the ham off. I don't know what the reason is. So they go talk to the grandma. Grandma, why do you cut the ends of the ham off? And it's been passed down generations. And she goes, well, I've always done it, honey, because my pan's too short. So that's a good reason to test things out yourself. Don't take everyone's opinion for fact. Test it out, see what works for you, and go with that. Don't always take people's opinion. You might be doing something one way just because someone said it's the right way to go. Test it out. That's the same way with Scripture. I'm going to throw a little bit of Bible in real quick. Test God out. See if Jesus is right. Read the Bible. Find out for yourself. I promise you, if you read it, you'll see who the real God is. Just find out for yourself. And we don't need comments about all of that stuff. I just wanted to throw that in there. But if you have comments on any of this, let me know. And if you have any advice, let me know, because I like advice. And again, sorry for the long videos, but I like to talk. So let's get back to this. I'm going to pull this up here and look at it, because I don't even trust the lasers. But I trust my eye, because I spent most of my life in construction before I got in law enforcement. And even after I was in law enforcement, I built houses. So I have a pretty good eye for things, being level and all. But things do happen. And like I told you before on the other videos, I use a lot of pressure, and I'm going to use even more by putting this pillow. I take the time to put these pillows in here, because in all of the designs, it helps bury that fabric in there. Or, I mean, I'm sorry, bury that ink and glue and everything into this fabric. So this is what I do. And then for this one, I'm going to peel this tape off. You don't have to. I like to, because when I pull this off, I don't let it sit. This is a cold peel or hot peel, but if you hot peel it, I find it better to just go ahead and get it off. And when you pull it off, you want to stay as close to the image as possible. Hold the shirt down like this and peel it off from one corner. I've never done an image with that many words on it, so this is going to be an experience. We'll see what happens. I'm going to do as much pressure as I can. My heat is at 285, and I do it for 15 seconds. And with something like this, I might hold it down for a couple seconds longer than 15 seconds, but let's do it. Alright, so I grab this corner, hold it down, peel it off, and as you can tell, the imprint of the image is there, but you have no pieces of ink anywhere on this film, and that is because of this film. It's because of the powder and finding the right temperatures and all of that. And in my case, I found the right pressure. Then I take this little film right here. This is magic. It's a magic seal, and it buries this into that fabric really well. And you do it for another, I do it for another 15 seconds. Same temperature, everything, same pressure, and I bury that ink into the shirt. That image is in that material. And there you go. And I like some of it, the words. I have the white showing around the words. That is a preference. You can set your stuff up in the settings. You can set your offset up. You can bring it in. You can bring it out. I think it looks really good on certain designs. It makes it look 3D. It's something that I really like doing. But I don't think you guys are going to be able to tell. But inside this image, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell. That image is buried. It feels like it's almost like sublimation. It's in there so well. And there you go. And it's a really nice shirt. I'll put a tag on it. In fact, I'm going to use white. These are my tags. If you can see it. It's my John 3:16 up there at the top. I don't know if you can see that. My image. And I put all those on there. Even if I do a Comfort Colors t-shirt, I don't always tear them tags off because they're not tear off tags. You got to cut them off and then it frays and all that. So I'll leave it on, but I'll still put this on there because I want people to see my instructions. I want them to know what it's made of and all of that stuff. So anyways, long video. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped. Go out today, love on people. That's what it's all about. That's what we're made to do. Show the light of God. Show the light of Jesus.